Good morning, Spartans. It's June 12th, 2015.
"1983 was a great year. Star Wars Episode 6 Return of the Jedi was released. The Nintendo Famicom was introduced. I mean, for crying out loud, McDonald's announced the McNugget. But in addition, Valley Stream North High School gained an amazing, talented staff member. Mr. William Kerr majored in musical education at Westminster College. In September of 1983, he was hired by Dr. Alden, our principal at the time, to join the Valley Stream North staff.
Well, before I started working at North, I got a bachelor's degree at Westminster College in Pennsylvania. Then from there, I started teaching in the little town called Mullins, West Virginia. I stayed down there for 2 years and then was able to obtain the job here at Valley Stream North.
He began conducting band in what is now the orchestra room before the somewhat soundproof band room was constructed in 2000. Through Mr. Kerr's 32 years at North, he's had many great memories and accomplishments.
Number one would have to be when we were asked by the Army to play for the troops returning back from the Persian Gulf at Kennedy Airport. We were asked not once, but twice. Another great moment would be we did a concert with lasers, pin spots, and that concert also, we had the smoke alarms go off because we used the smoke machine. Another concert was we used dry ice to create smoke so the smoke alarm system wouldn't go off. And that was the piece called Inferno. Another great moment would be West Point, being asked to play at West Point, and it was a night game, and they dropped the football right on the 50-yard line from a helicopter. Another great moment would be being asked by Disney to play in a parade down Fifth Avenue for the opening of Hercules. Some other great moments. Years ago, we used to challenge Central's band to softball games, and we used to meet at Deaver and have our games there. Another wonderful moment was we got asked to do an episode of the Nickelodeon show Naked Brothers Band, and 10 seniors went into New York City and filmed that. As well as being on, another wonderful moment was, of course, being on Spartan Update.
That was a cacophony!
Another great moment was making a movie for a band piece called Habitat. Mr. P helped out, and Mr. DiScofani helped out, and it really was a great success. It was a lot of fun. It was the first time we were using iMovie.
A major accomplishment was finding the love of his life, Grace, who was also in the music department.
She was hired as the choral director for junior high as well as senior high. I told my boss at the time, Mr. Kerr, I don't think you should hire her. But actually, she turned out to be the best thing happening at North when she arrived in 1989. And 2 years later, in 92, the summer of 92, we were married.
Mr. Kerr has many friendships with students and even keeps in touch with some alumni today.
Thank you, Mr. Kerr, for all your hard work and dedication and never giving up on us.
The past few years when I was Mr. Kerr's band student have been one of the most influential periods of my life, not only as a musician, but as a person.
Mr. Kerr makes band one of my favorite classes. Everyone loves his tales from many moons ago in the hills of West Virginia, and his passion for music is absolutely contagious. Band just won't be the same without Mr. Kerr next year.
Thanks, Mr. Kerr, for strengthening my love for music and for making me want to pursue it later in life.
Although indirectly hinting about his retirement, this past April, Mr. Kerr officially announced to his students his plan for retirement.
Well, I'm at an age right now where I'm able to retire, and as most people know, I like to travel, and we travel usually by motorhome, so it'd be nice to travel again in the motorhome. We've seen so many wonderful national parks. Now would be a time to see the national parks instead of in the summer, but during the spring, the fall, or maybe even the winter.
The quest for a new band director is still on, and we are all excited to see who gets to fill the giant shoes Mr. Kerr left.
Well, when I was hired, I was anxious about teaching music, and I hope, though, in the past 32 years, I've inspired and educated students about music education, and hope that they have a love and interest in music.
We wish the best of luck to Mr. Kerr, and we hope you live the rest of your life to the fullest. Thanks for everything.
Don't forget, a band is like a chain, only as strong as its weakest link. Thank you, Spartans.